You're fired. Hell no, we quit. Yesterday, Donald Trump sent a tweet out saying that he was disbanding 2 of his economic councils because they were getting pressure. Oh, but now we know the real deal. Those CEOs said, no, player, we quit. Several of the CEOs said they chose to disband the Manufacturing Council and his strategy and policy forum before Donald Trump announced. In fact, one of the guys, Steve Schwartzman with BlackRock, called him and said, say, man, we done. We done with your panel. We out. Then he tweets, oh, I've decided to disband them. Really? Really? Why you just going to lie? The CEOs, we believe them more than we believe you, Donald Trump. That's what's going on there. Also, folks, in terms of the military, they are also putting pressure on Donald Trump. Military leader after military leader blasting racism and white supremacy. Folks, it's amazing to watch what is going on. The top Navy Admiral, John Richardson, tweeted, events in Charlottesville, unacceptable. It mustn't be tolerated. U.S. Navy forever stands against intolerance and hatred. 4 others, including the Commandant of the Marines, General Robert Neller, no place for racial hatred or extremism in USMC. Our core values of honor, courage, and commitment frame the way Marines live and act. Army Chief of Staff, General Mark Milley. The Army doesn't tolerate racism, extremism, or hatred in our ranks. It's against our values and everything we've stood for since 1775. The top Air Force General, David Goldfein, wrote, I stand with my fellow service chiefs in saying we're always stronger together is who we are as hashtag airmen. And top National Guard General Joseph Lengel tweeted, I stand with my fellow Joint Chiefs in condemning racism, extremism, and hatred. Our diversity is our strength. Hashtag National Guard. Ain't that interesting? Well, the president's chief strategist, folks, he is out with his comments. Steve Bannon, he says he didn't know if it was an interview. Y'all know he lying. You can't run a media company and say when you call a reporter who you don't know and talk to them for a long time that you don't know somebody's taking notes. Well, in this interview, Bannon said the Democrats, the longer they talk about identity politics, I got them. I want them to talk about racism every day. If the left is focused on race and identity and we go with economic nationalism, we can crush the Democrats. And also, first of all, in that same article, he also had some tough things to say about Trump, saying, ain't no military plan for North Korea. Don't exist. Thank you, President Bannon. Also, folks, one of Trump's lawyers, why are we shocked? Emailed this, Black Lives Matter has been totally infiltrated by terrorist groups. Sounds like J. Edgar Hoover and MLK as well. That's all it sounds like. And this guy had some other racist stuff to say as well. Let's go to our panel on this. It's pretty crazy here, folks. Look, it's very simple here. When you talk about to have CEOs and the military tell Donald Trump, you need to go sit down. Michael, that's not a small deal.
I mean, when you think about it from the perspective of CEOs, these are corporations that have boards. They have consumers who are extremely diverse. You have to answer to that board. You don't want to have the potential risk of potential groups saying we're going to protest your goods, which would impact the stock of a company. So CEOs had to make the right choice.
And the stock price of Merck went up when Ken Frazier stepped aside.
Right, it did. And as it relates to generals, I mean, again, when parents send their kids to the military, they want to know, am I sending my child, my son or my daughter, to a place where they will have their values represented, where they won't be targeted because of who they are. And so the generals had to make a case, a strong case that no, we don't tolerate racism, we don't tolerate bigotry. And keep in mind, 2 individuals there, and there were far more, but we know for a fact 2 were in the military, including the driver of the car.
Robert, even the head of the VA came out yesterday and made a strong statement against racism and bigotry.
Well, I think it's important that we also, all these people making statements, we say, beyond a statement, tell me what your actions are going to do. It's easy to condemn things. Tell me, for the CEOs, tell me what's your diversity initiative? What's your supply chain for minority companies? How many African Americans and minorities are sitting on your board of directors? If you really believe in what you're saying, show me with money. Keep the tweet to yourself. Show me the money.
So,
Look, I love it when we allow our CEOs and our corporate entities to take a stand, like you're saying, and do what they think is right for the people. Likewise, they should be able to contribute to political campaigns because they're doing what they believe in. Those are the same things.
Sue, can you stay focused?
I am focused.
On the
I'm
issue?
saying you can't have it both ways.
You can't.
I love it. Let's let them speak.
Bubblegum.
Let's let them speak.
Bubblegum speak.
Yes, because
Let them speak.
No. Let's talk about the other thing. Employees. Employees in these countries, in these companies, they raise hell. When they don't know where their CEOs stand, if you've never been in one of these major corporations, then you're missing it. Because what they do is they start talking, they start writing on their internal, landlines and all the rest of it, talking about what's going on. And so what is a problem is that these CEOs also, if you notice, they wrote letters to their employees
But it's not,
to explain what they did.
But it's not just them. It's also, again, with the military leaders.
Oh, yes.
It's institutions sending a signal to Donald Trump that what you said is foul, wrong, and not right.
No, but you can't have division in the Army. Remember, you can't be having friendly fire. You can't have friendly fire going on. You gotta kill that kind of racism.
But these are military leaders who are actually, and they name them, but speaking out against the commander-in-chief.
Yes, I love that.
That's what's also, I think, significant and major. And now, and sure, Michael, they'd already checked him on the transgender deal.
Yes.
But are they speaking out, or are they saying these are the values that our Constitution say we are to represent,
Sir Michael,
and uphold, and maintain?
There's a way for me to speak out. It's called looks like we see you subtweet. They are subtweeting Donald Trump.
They are.
And they subtweeting him on the transgender deal, and subtweeting him on this, and letting him know you might want to back up.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.